Okay, I would love to introduce you to the lovely Nicola Snowd. Nicola is one of my Monetize Your Message VIP clients. And Nicola, please feel free to introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Nicola Snowd. I'm a very, very happy. I am a very happy, but I was a client of Susie's. Yeah, we worked together for 90 days. I'm a sales coach. And that's me. I'm a mummy of two.
What were you doing before? Because when you decided to work with me, you weren't actually a sales coach. Do you want to give people a little bit of background about what you were doing before and why this coaching really appealed to you?
Yeah. So I was a hypnobirthing teacher, and I had been one for nearly 4 years. And the way that I sort of encountered Susie you initially was through the Baby Business School. So I started the Baby Business School in order to pick my hypnobirthing business off the ground, because I'd had 2 clients in 12 months. So things weren't going hugely well. But what came about when I started the Baby Business School was that I wanted to actually run retreats. That felt really, really good for me. So I launched the retreats. I ran one. It wasn't what I expected. I was still finding it quite hard, but through kind of a series of extraordinary events, Susie and I started talking, and as a result, I realized that actually what I wanted to be was a coach, and that I'd always been a coach. And Susie, basically gave me permission to realize that, because it had been at the back of my mind. But then every time I thought about it, I was thinking, well, that's just another course. That's just another thing. It's because I'm finding this hard. It's just another thing. Even my husband was like, well, that's just another thing, isn't it?
We've all been there.
Yeah. So that's what I was before.
The Monetize Your Message program is a significant investment in yourself, in your time, in your energy. How did it feel when you decided that you were going to take the next step forward?
Incredible. Honestly, it was, I didn't know how it was going to happen until our strategy day in Canterbury. But the feeling that I had, the emotion, and how quickly kind of, that the funds came in, and, how strongly I was drawn, I made a decision. I didn't make a decision based on logic. It was all emotion and heart. So it felt right, and it felt incredible, and it felt so empowering. And actually, my husband and I, best friends, soulmates, my knight in shining armor, all of that jazz. We've spent our marriage and our time together doing things together. Every decision is together. Every decision is for both of us. This was the first decision that I made individually for myself. And so as a result, it's kind of had a big impact on our marriage as well, because my husband was like, oh, so this is happening. And I said, you know what? Yeah, it is happening. There might have been a time when once I would have said, you know what, if you're not comfortable with it, that's fine, I won't do it, because it has to be about both of us. Wowzers. So now I know that actually it can't be. That's been a huge part of the journey, and that felt amazing. That was a bonus, a cheeky bonus.
Okay. What have been some of the results what was your intention at the start of the program? What did you want to achieve?
So I wanted to achieve more kind of ease. I found that with my hypnobirthing towards the end, initially it started off beautifully easy, but of course, like, we grow and evolve, and I was resisting all of that growth that I was feeling. And what I wanted to feel, was the ease that, every day I could be doing things like blogging and getting visible, and, just writing about what I loved. And there were so many topics in my mind that I wanted to talk on that I couldn't with him. It didn't fit into hypnobirthing. So I wanted to let this out, but I wanted it to be easy, and I wanted to sit on my laptop and just be able to kind of pick a topic and write, and not resent that, you know, not think, oh, you know, I've got a blog today. I wanted premium clients because I understand the dedication and the transformation that comes as a result of working with premium clients. That was really important to me. And I want to teach my children. I want my children to see, and this is my big why, that they can create and they can genuinely be anything. It's no good in me sitting my children down and saying, right, girls, you can be anything you want to be, and then I go off and do a job that I don't like and I'm grumpy. You know, I don't tell them they can be anything that they want to be. I do it in front of their eyes, and I wasn't doing that. So yeah, it was about time that I did.
Yeah. I remember during our initial phone call, me asking you what you wanted to do and why it was important to you. And you talked about the joy of communication and wanting to be able to show people how every interaction could be magical. And I remember you telling me this, and it was like the first time you had ever articulated it. And for me, as a coach, even on that strategy call, I felt the goosebumps and the magic, because you were stepping into your power. You gave yourself permission on that call to say, this is who I am and this is my message, which is obviously what Monetize Your Message is all about. That was on day 0. You manifested the money to work with me in 24 hours, and we're now at the end of our 3 months. What have been some of the results, professionally and personally, you have achieved over the last 3 months?
Okay, so I guess going off the point you made, for me personally, I no longer felt silly. Now I'm going to cry. I warned you about this. Take a breath so I can articulate this. So, you know, I've always loved people that have excited me. Conversation for me is it is magical. It is so joyful. And I have the most wonderful conversations with people on the street, you know, with Jehovah's Witnesses. No one likes them. They're really bloody nice. I have a chat with the next one that knocks on the door. You know, charity workers, people in shops, my friends, you know, my family. I'm so interested in people, but I thought I felt a little bit silly, a little bit like, you know, just an excitable child, and that I should really, you know, just what benefit did just having fun in conversations give me. And then you came along, and yeah, on that call, you actually said to me, wowzers, I just got goose pimples all over. And I thought, my goodness, so this means something. This really means something. And yeah, as a result, now I can talk on that, and I feel so good about talking about that. And actually, I talk more to more people, and I utilize it more, and I practice it more, and I've stepped into it more, because now I know it's my purpose. But it was like someone had to just kind of like open my eyes, like, hello, like, you find this really freaking easy and you love it, and yes, you can monetize it so freaking easily. And I've monetized the shit out of it.
So come on, hit me with the results. Talk to me about the clients, talk to me about the money.
Okay, so within about 4 weeks, I had my first premium client, and we've been working together for 90 days, I think, in total. I think it might be slightly less than 3 months. And I've totted it up just before our call, and my total is £15,500.
What have been your biggest month? Before we started, how much were you bringing in a month?
Okay, so I've got to divide 2 clients by 12 months. So about 50 quid. To be honest, my best year for hypnobirthing, not to say that that isn't a passion that you can monetize, because it is, but it wasn't mine, and that's really important to know. I was ready to move away from that, but my best year as self-employed before that was probably about £4,000. Which at the time I felt really good about. Pocket money was totally fine with me. And that has been a huge part of this process too, is actually being okay with making money and allowing it in, and knowing that I'm serving at the very highest level I possibly can, and enjoying it. And as a result, abundance is kind of flowing in. There's so much ease now. There's been so much ease in making £15,500 compared to £4,000 over 12 months. I can't even tell you.
Yeah. And what was your target? How much did you want to have made in 3 months?
So my top target was £12,000, and my bottom was 3, and then anywhere in the middle would have been tasty. But yeah, I
smashed it. Talk to me about some of the personal things that you wanted to achieve.
So there were a couple of these. So one was dye my hair, put colour in my hair. So you can't really see it, right? I think you can see flashes of it. But, within 4 weeks, I wanted blue in my hair, and I got the blue in my hair, put that in. We wanted to go to Alton Towers because we love Alton Towers. So we wanted to book up Alton Towers and stay in the hotel. Tattoo is next on the list. I haven't booked that yet. But yeah, tattoo is next. There were little things like that, but then there was also things like in kind of my periphery was that we want to travel a lot. We want to spend time together and go away. And we've had so many days away and little holidays. Just come back off holiday. That we've got South Africa, well, possibly South Africa in October. We've got, where else are we going? I can't even remember all the places that we're going. And the thing is that my husband left his job in January, which was really scary because that was our income. And for a couple of months, we were teetering on the edge of, we may have to sell our house. And I told you that on our call.
Yep.
I said, we may have to sell the house, and I don't want to sell a house. And you went, I don't think you should sell your house. And that was huge for me. That support and belief. Well, what was my point that I was making?
You were talking about some of the personal things that you wanted to achieve. And you're now moving into a new house, which is amazing.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So moving into a new house with a garden, because this little flat has served us so well. Magic has happened in this flat, but we picked it because it was cheap. We picked it because it was cheap. Now we're not moving because it's cheap. We're moving because we want a massive garden,
and how are you paying for that house?
6 months upfront rent. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's been amazing. What would you say in terms of how we have worked together? What have you gained from how I've coached you and how I've supported you through the last 3 months?
It's having someone unconditionally believe in you, which is really special, because I don't think we realize how we don't really get that, even in relationships and family and friends, there's a lot of conditions, and you have sort of unconditionally believed in me every step of the way. You've unconditionally loved me. I felt so loved. I felt kicked up the arse often, but the thing is, they're not kicks up the arse as in do this work and do it now. It kicks up the arse, as in, you know, like, are you taking care of yourself? Are you working on your mindset? Why are you doing this? Is it aligned? I sense that it's not. If it's not, you know, let's think about something else. It's a different arse kickery to the stuff that, you know, to the boot camp, drop and give me 10, you know. And that feels lovely. But at the same time, it's incredibly empowering, because you've let me make my own decisions. You know, it's never been, don't do that because I think this is a better idea. You know, it's always that I make the decision and I take the action, and you're there as the catalyst, and you're there to say, do you know what, this is a bloody brilliant idea. If it feels good, go for it. And we all need that, but you don't. You know, it's as simple as that, really. You don't. I'm so sorry. There we go.
What type of person do you think, what would you say to somebody who is thinking about taking this step, which is a big step in terms of committing to themselves and their business? What would you say if they're teetering on the edge?
That it's not about being ready, because you just won't feel ready for this. But if your heart is saying, my God, you know, this feels good, this could really be something, we want this, you know, I want to believe that my dreams can become a reality, because Susie will say, well, damn straight they can. It's about going off the feeling, you know, the feeling that, wow, is this really, like, that teetering is it. The teetering is almost the thing. If you're teetering, well, then you should do it. Or should. You know, it's time. Take the leap and have the faith that because you've taken that leap, you know, the net will appear. So I remember using that metaphor about kind of leaping, and I said to you, but our net hasn't appeared. And it was because, you know, everything that I'd said to you up until that point was that I wasn't really taking action. I wasn't really doing the work. I wasn't aligned at all. It just wasn't happening. And you were like, Nick, like, that's not an appropriate metaphor here. I remember you saying that I was like levitating, you know, because it just, you have to be willing to take action. It's not like snap your fingers, but the action is going to feel really good, because Susie is going to make damn sure that it's action that you feel really aligned with, and that it's inspired and appropriate and effective, you know.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's been tremendous, absolutely magical. Yeah, it really has. And it is dreams come true stuff. It is.
Thank you.